Hi, welcome back to Climate Change Reads, where we are trying to review climate books that one should read to understand climate change better. Today, we would be reviewing Climate Emergency Atlas, what's happening, what we can do. This book is different from previous book that we have reviewed in a sense that this book is in a infographic format. This book has tried to unpack complex climate change data and represented it in a easy to understand and visually appealing way. This book can definitely act as a primer to those of us who really want to understand climate change in detail. And once you read this book, you can graduate to other book to understand climate change in detail. This book is not only for you, your children can also read this because this is really easy to understand infographics that even school children can understand climate change in a better manner. The book is divided into three parts. First is what's happening, what's causing climate change. Second is what are the impacts of climate change. And third and most important, what we can do to mitigate climate change. So in first part, what causes climate change? I think it's obvious that our population, use of fossil fuel, transportation, increase farming, reduction of forest cover. These are the major causes of climate change. Few of the infographics that really stood out for me was carbon footprint of each country. When we look at India's carbon footprint, it's about 1.7 metric tons, and if you look at US footprint, it's more than 10 times at 18 metric ton per capita carbon emission. Surprising is Qatar is the highest carbon emission when it comes to per capita emission at about 30 metric tons. But given their crude oil economy and heavy investment in infrastructure, it makes sense that they are the largest per capita GHG emitters. Another infographic that really stood out and that communicates what are the impacts of climate change is our India Gate image. This image is taken on before COVID in 2019, and this is during the COVID. You can see the stark difference in terms of pollution that we see around India Gate, and this image is definitely an eye opener that climate change is real, and day to day life we are experiencing it. Whether it's increased temperature, we just had hottest summer, erratic rains, melting of ice caps. These are the symptoms or impacts of the climate change. Other impacts are definitely habitat change. If we look at habitat of animals, that is rapidly changing because of deforestation and change in the environment. Apart from that, we see melting of ice caps. So this book has captured impacts of climate change really well. What you are looking at is definitely one of the infographics. There are multiple infographics that really conveys what are the impacts of the climate change. So if we look at the impacts and causes, we might get a feeling that it's all doom and gloom, but that's not the case. We can still mitigate climate change through positive action, and this book dwells on what are the positive actions that we can take. Positive action needs to be taken at individual, community and government level. At individual level, it is important that we transition to sustainable living, wherein we create less waste, we make things that last longer. And another important aspect at individual level is to connect with our administration, to connect with politicians and ask them to take action to mitigate climate impact. On the government level, definitely has a bigger role to play. One of the biggest thing that could happen is transitioning from coal-based electricity to renewable energy. And Indian government in past 15 years have taken a lot of step to increase renewable energy composition in our energy mix. Apart from that, creating policies that encourages sustainable businesses and nudges existing businesses to move towards becoming more sustainable. So these are the things that government can do. Apart from that, I think change in our food practices also has a contribution to make towards climate change. Overall, we believe this book acts as a primer for anyone who is interested in understanding climate change. We hope a few of you, along with your children, will read this book and understand climate change better. Through our climate change reads, we have been trying to create awareness about the climate change and trying to influence few people to actually take a action. You sharing this video among your network help us reach out to more people. So request you to share in your network and let's work for the better climate. Thank you.